Hello, is this thing on? The podcast you're about to listen to contains horribly offensive language, crude humor, and countless spoilers for things we guarantee haven't been spoiled for you yet. Listener discretion is advised, especially if you make me angry. You better not fucking piss me off. If you listen to this in public, this isn't safe for work. Get some fucking headphones or something. Want to skip to a specific section of the show? That's awesome! Just look at the episode description. It has timestamps for wherever you want to go. Now sit back and relax, because you want to listen to two fat guys talk.
That reminds me of that.
One digit out of place.
That reminds me of that one Symphony of the Night glitch where that guy was showing it on stream, and he was showing how he could corrupt the game so that the game starts loading places in the music memory instead of normal. So he showed it, and then he went to his relic menu, and as each note played, all the relics were turning off and on like they were a piano.
Yeah.
And then he caused it to fire the game's ending.
What?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. You know what else is awesome? I'll tell you what. 2 days ago we had no voicemails. Today we have 7. We were supposed to... Okay, let's just get right down to it. Dave, what's your name?
It's Dave.
What's my name?
Fat Man?
Okay, this Two Fat Guys Talk, episode 66. The title is, Behold, we do the things we should have done prior. Except we don't, because we got a whole bunch more voicemails in the last possible second, including 4 from Rowan that he sent
30 minutes ago.
30 minutes ago. So, okay.
Rowan, good job. Thanks for leaving us voicemails what's in the middle of your night.
So here's the plan. We're gonna go through all the topics we were supposed to last time very quickly.
We can't.
And then we're gonna get to voicemails.
How are we going
It's
to
just gonna be a long one today.
discussions?
So, everyone, introduce yourselves.
It's Kiki.
Poe.
And Dave and Carlos. Let us shotgun through these topics. Okay, quickly, we're catch up. What y'all been doing? I've been playing games of writing. Dave.
Gravity Falls.
Okay, Kiki.
I've been reading and...
Good. Poe. Good. All right.
Okay,
Next.
hold on.
Time jump. quickly now.
Okay. Hyrule Warriors, going through a little bit of the new DLC, the Boss Rush, and Ganon's Fury.
Okay, good. Time jumps and fist bumps.
You didn't even hear what book I'm reading!
Wait. Okay, fine. What book are you reading?
It's called The Kiss of Deception.
Okay, good book. All right. Time jumps and fist bumps, the game section. Lionsgate invests in video game... I thought I removed this from the document. Yeah, Lionsgate is buying Telltale, so that they can make inroads in gaming, so they expand beyond films and TV.
When are we gonna see our season 3 of Walking Dead Telltale?
Oh, they will milk that for as long as they can.
I didn't know you were playing... yeah, that's right, you are playing Telltale games.
Well, I'm not playing the Walking Dead series. I would just say that because I liked when the Super Best Friends were playing it.
Yes, excellent. Alright, next, fuck Amiibos, no link needed. But recently, Dave did get a link Amiibo. Dave, you put this on here, quickly.
And by no link needed, I meant I wasn't going to give you a link for why it sucked.
I know exactly what you meant, man. Talk about your Amiibos. Quickly!
No!
I have to
I'm not going
confess.
to be rushed on my own podcast.
Earlier, way earlier, I got my first Amiibo. That was my Zelda Amiibo. Then, a few days ago, I caved in when I saw Bowser Amiibo. I bought the Bowser Amiibo. Smash Brothers Bowser Amiibo. It's a really good-looking Amiibo.
The Amiibos, actually, a number of them do look nice. My problem is, if you're going to make a Skylanders-style kind of idea to a bunch of your games, don't make it A, limited, B, retailer-specific, and when things sell out, make more. Don't just say, oh, well, we made 25 Marths and, well, we sold them, so, yeah, we're out. Thanks.
I have none.
Because of scalpers.
And that douchebag who bought all the Rosalina.
Yeah. So, I think the Amiibos are kind of a neat, limited idea, but it should do more than what it does. I mean, they're doing a Mario Party line simply because players who wanted to buy the first run of the main ones can't reuse it on Mario Party without losing their Smash Brothers stuff.
That's why they have separate Amiibo.
But they should.
Mario Party Amiibo stuff.
My point is that chip shouldn't have been so
Limited?
use sort of thing. If they had done it with a little memory chip in it, they could have done it to do multiple things rather than one.
Kiki, you were expressing. It seemed like you were regretting not having Amiibos earlier.
No, I'm not regretting anything.
Oh.
That shit.
Excellent.
No, why would I need one Mario for Smash, one Mario for this, another Mario for this? That's ridiculous.
It's plenty ridiculous. I have only purchased one Amiibo for Dave, and that is it. And
You have Link too.
say again.
You have Link as well, don't you?
I have 0 Amiibos, and I plan to get 0
Oh.
Amiibos. I have no desire for the Amiibo. Yeah, I have no desire for the Amiibo. Next, Fable Legends, a free-to-play game like League of Legends, PC and Xbox. Too bad, because that game looked good, and now it's going to be garbage.
Actually, I disagree. This is probably the best thing they could have done with Fable Legends.
I also agree with you. It's the best possible thing they could have done.
Okay, you're
Wait,
trying
what?
to push this a little bit too quickly. Stop it! Stop it!
No, we have to have to hurry.
It's for the fans.
The reason why I say that is League of Legends has a rotation on their characters. They're gonna do a similar thing with Fable Legends. If you want to play a character forever, you just buy the one character, or you can buy a bunch of them. It's not gonna limit you because you can build all the maps with everything involved without paying for it. It's just the characters that run those levels that you might have to. But there'll always be a series of ones that will be free every week for the ones who don't want to put even a dime into it. So I think that's a good idea for what they're trying to do with it. And the fact that PC and Xbox One can play together is great.
I think everything should be cross-platform in this day and age.
I
Right?
agree.
I know.
It should be
I know why they aren't.
money.
Have I ever told you guys about the rule set I want to make where it combines all the card games? And it's supposed to be a universal rule set that you can bring whatever card game you want and play against anyone with whatever card game they have.
Wait. So you're telling me, like, if I throw down the ace of diamonds,
Yeah.
and Poe throws down, like, a fucking Peachy card.
Pikachu.
Yeah, the rules will explain how those interact with each other.
Yep.
But
My vision is one guy's playing poker, another guy's playing Pokemon, some guy's playing like Warcraft cards, and another guy's on Hearthstone on his computer. And like when you play like a full house, those cards will actually appear on his board on the Hearthstone.
And he's like, fuck.
And he's like, crap, how do I deal with this?
but you have forgotten. I have flipped my Monopoly Get Out of Jail Free card in face-up position.
And that will be the universal get out of jail free card. It'll the way I figure is that this will become the greatest competitive game ever made and bring about world peace.
I mean, they made chess too. They're like chess number 2.
Yeah, it's
The
their own
sequel to
chess too.
chess.
It's a good game. It's probably better than the original chess, but don't try to tell professional chess players that.
Of course.
Indeed.
Have you ever played three-person chess?
I've not.
There's a three-person chess. There's black, white, and gray.
Yep.
I haven't tried it myself yet, though.
I would have picked a different color than gray. I would have picked red. I want to be the red team.
But then everyone's gonna want to be the red team.
I know, because red team goes first and gets 2 queens.
No. What?
No, Carlos.
That's no.
All right. We've been talking way too long about this. Rock Band 4 and backwards compatibility with old instruments.
Yay.
And you can also buy, transfer the music from Rock Band 3 down into Rock Band 4 as well.
As
Oh,
long
wow.
as long as they have the license, and for the license that they don't have right off the bat, as they get the license back, you'll automatically be able to download it
See,
a game because you have the right to it.
It's more amazing. It's more amazing that they're actually bringing back Rock Band.
Well-
I kind of wish that they were doing that with Miku.
That'd be cool. Rock Band 4, I already wanted because I've been playing Rock Band 3 and I've been feeling the urge to play the stuff. But the big thing here is the backwards compatibility with old instruments that they are trying to pull off. And that, I think it's going to get derailed by Microsoft and Sony. Probably more Microsoft, because Sony's already used adapters. Microsoft's actually talked directly with the console, which was actually a better idea originally. But if they can do this, then there's no reason why they can't make old fighting sticks work with it.
Skullgirls on PS4 lets you use PS3 sticks.
I would love-
So,
I would love to play Rock Band, but I have nobody to play it with, sad face.
I'll play it with you sometimes. I just hate the whole idea of it. Is all.
Okay, well
Yeah,
then I
because
guess you're not playing with me.
But I'll play.
He
I've
hates
played with
it
people.
because it's a social thing.
I've played it with people, and I do well.
What
Remember when I
about
was
you
singing that
do?
song?
What about doing it online, just like Rock Band 4 online? Okay, but we can't all
No.
be lead guitar. One of us has to be bass. Fuck you.
No, Kiki. I'll play it. I'll play it. It's not my thing, but I'll play it with you. Jeez, you make me look like a bad guy. Speaking of bad guys, let's move on to the TV and movie section. Keep TV and movies out of the game section. Oh, sorry. Did you have something else to add?
Oh, I
Damn.
had nothing else to add.
Oh, good. All right. DuckTales returns in 2017, and the article makes it seem like Donald is going to be a more permanent fixture.
Don't care.
But Dave has doubts that Donald will be there.
Well, no, I have doubts that this is going to turn out anywhere positive. I mean, the last show Disney tried to reinvent for the DuckTales characters was Quack Attack.
That wasn't DuckTales related, though. DuckTales is a specific thing. That was more a Goof Troop slice of life thing in Suburbia.
It still used Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yeah, I know, but it's not DuckTales. DuckTales is an adventure show.
Again, the last show they did was Quack Attack, and it sucked ass.
No,
they tried to make it too trendy.
They've done other shows since Quack Attack. You're just thinking of the last time they used those characters, but those are different teams and writers and everything.
Yeah, I'm worried.
Especially if you think about it, it's like maybe this might be the same team that's pumping out those Mickey Mouse shorts. Like, get some creative engineering in there, like borrow some ideas from the Carl Barks and Don Rosa comics.
I'm actually more pumped for the Inspector Gadget.
Speaking of Mickey Mouse, I was honestly thinking about today the House of Mouse. Are they ever going to release that?
No,
House of
I
Mouse
doubt it.
was the best thing that Mickey Mouse
It
has
was
been in
so
forever.
funny.
Because Mickey Mouse is boring, except on House of Mouse. They had new goofy cartoons, like new goofy how-to cartoons.
I Gotta Be a Rock Star and How to Be a Spy, which opens with Goofy ironing his underwear naked, wearing an apron.
I like when he was trying to hook up all his electronics.
I do agree with you, Poe, about the Carl Barks stuff. Carl Barks stuff should be influential in Disney animated stuff, because Carl Barks managed to do something that I never thought you could, and that's make Mickey Mouse not boring. Like,
But the thing is that Carl Barks focused more on the Donald aspect.
yeah, he basically invented the character of Uncle Scrooge. That like DuckTales is basically the Carl Barks comic. Some of the stories in DuckTales were lifted directly from the Carl Barks stuff. I remember one episode where Scrooge went to Shangri-La, and the only difference was that the parts with Donald were taken out and he was replaced by Gyro Gearloose for almost the exact same lines too.
Oh,
So
but now-
why didn't they just use Donald then?
I don't know. They wanted Donald out of DuckTales. I'm hoping they bring him back in. Go ahead.
But on the plus side, if they do like take some inspiration, they could actually follow things up a little more closely, like to the other origin stories. Like there are still plenty of stories where Scrooge is in there, like beating up Minecraft-like people to acquire their treasure, because he actually went to this one place where everyone was squares or cubes like Minecraft before Minecraft did it.
Carl Barks is a visionary.
I remember reading this on Crack.com. It's like all the things that Carl Barks accidentally did. Like how Donald Duck, he accidentally made Donald Duck invent a chemical compound years before science actually caught on to it.
Yeah, I believe it. Carl Barks. Carl Barks is great. He's dead now, right? Carl Barks has long died, right?
I believe it's either him or Don Rosa, I know one died and the other's still alive.
Okay, well, shoutouts to whoever died and shoutouts to whoever lived. Alright, moving on to How Awesome Was ReBoot, the TV series.
Amazingly awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I was rewatching it all over again with you, actually.
Yay!
And,
There was actually a lot of foreshadowing beforehand.
yeah, since episode 1, I was like, pardon? What?
Yeah, there was stuff in episode 1 that foreshadowed stuff that happened in season 3.
Yep.
Stuff in season 2 that foreshadowed all the way up to Damon.
Mhm.
Like,
I'm rewatching Damon, though, and I'm halfway through it, and I'm already kind of really pissed. I'm not happy with it.
Damon was built up quite a bit, and Damon Rising as a whole kind of was a letdown for all the build-up it got in season 3 and 2.
Mm-hmm. And, like, I don't know, like, they botched the characters and stuff, and I'm just not impressed with that.
Also keep in mind, though, in their defense, we almost didn't get any of that. they put that out on an almost shoestring budget against the will of many of the higher ups. Like those movies we almost didn't get, and they managed to push one out, get a little bit of enthusiasm, a little bit of cash, just to get done the second one and to get it out. It was not a good scenario for them. Which is, I still don't like what they did, and I kind of don't like what they're going to.
I personally think that Damon Rising there was enough there for a season by itself.
Absolutely, they didn't have to make it into a movie.
But they did. That's the problem. Is they had ideas for another 2 seasons.
But there
for sure.
But there were other things, like Kiki, you were mentioning that it was cool to see Enzo evolve into Matrix.
Yes.
And because the series creators thought they lost the heart of the show, which they always thought was Enzo, they brought back Enzo as little Enzo, but they still had Matrix around. So now Matrix is almost like an outsider, but Enzo is like an outsider too because he doesn't have all the experiences of Guardian Enzo.
See, and I was mentioning this to you the other night, but my thoughts on it was, they thought they lost Enzo, but I thought the exact opposite. I think they were being too hard on their own character. Like, Enzo grew, and when you first see him as an adult, you're like, holy shit, this is a badass. He's that little boy that we all grew to love and stuff.
He turned into fucking Cable.
Yeah, right? And,
well, little Enzo is X-Man.
And,
He is
so,
X-Man.
what had happened, or what I was describing to you was, you know, you see this hard shell and everything, but then you see glimpses of the little boy that we all grew to love and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then as the series kept going, you saw him, the way that he's actually afraid, the way he's afraid to see his sister, the way he's, oh man, hell spoilers, the way he just talks about how he misses Bob and his home and stuff. You're like, that little boy's still there, and how he treats, when he helps other systems and stuff when they're about to be destroyed or being attacked by viruses and whatever. So
he just curb stomps and headshots viruses for fun.
When they brought him back and they brought back Little Enzo, I didn't mind too much that they brought back Little Enzo, to be honest, because I thought he acted just like he would have at. I noticed that he was at 01 instead of 10.
So he's a year or a second younger.
That's right.
See, I always thought that young Enzo was doomed from the start.
See,
I thought when they brought him back, it was simply to have him get injured or have Matrix get injured, and have the two actually merge.
See,
so that Matrix would either get a little bit more of his old personality back, so he'd be a little bit more how he used to be, or that Matrix would merge with young Enzo and he'd become more badass.
I would rather Matrix just realize that he's still Enzo, but please go on, Kiki.
Well, what I was going to say was, when they added him back again, I didn't mind that, because, you know, you saw what he used to be and stuff, and how he kind of resented it, but at the same time, he's always recognized himself, that's how he used to be. So, when I saw him so far in this Damon Rising, where he's just resenting this kid, and he's, this is stupid, and blah, blah, it's kind of like, it's
kind of silly.
Everything that you were just building up, like in the season 3, you could see he was that little boy. You could see in his actions, the way he talks, the way he addresses people, his softer side. You saw all that, but they kind of just crumpled it up.
I personally thought they should have never done the little Enzo angle, and they should have just had Enzo Matrix. Now he's back in mainframe. Even though he and Andrea and Bob are still fighting against Damon, I think he should have mellowed out a bit. It would have been nice to see that. And he still could have been the badass character going to attack Damon and stuff. And he still could have like bumped shoulders with Bob here and there. But he didn't have to... Like we didn't need little Enzo to see the heart of the show again. The heart of the show, he was the protagonist for an entire season. We know he's the heart. Let's not just cast him aside. Season 3 was Enzo Matrix's season. He was the hero of that season. Even when Bob came back, he beat Megabyte. Like,
big time.
And well, and that's what I'm saying. Like they said they thought they lost the heart, but they really didn't. They made him strong. Like they made him a character that you're like, yeah, you're rooting for this guy because he changed.
He changed.
Well, he had to toughen up And when he did, you still see him though. You still see that it's still him. He may have a hard exterior, but he's still Enzo.
I agree. I thought there was a definite misstep. And speaking of missteps, and to transition to Reboot the Guardian Code, Reboot the Guardian Code is a new Reboot revival series where I don't know if it takes place after Reboot or it's a whole unique thing. I like to think it takes place after Reboot because it's about humans, actual users, going into computers and becoming guardians to defend the systems of the net.
Kind of like Digimon, but without the Digimon.
Kind of like Digimon, but without the Digimon.
But now you've got to imagine, like, in the computers, in the computer world, all the sprites and binos think that the user is just this weird, possibly cackling asshole who just drops games off in, and if he wins, he nullifies that area.
It's not just games. It's generally understood in the net that one or more users, because some people theorize there's more than one, make not only games, but viruses and key tools and upgrades. So some people think the user is just this weird schizophrenic deity, and others think there are multiple users, good and bad, some trying to help, some trying to hurt.
So basically, when these humans start entering mainframe, Bob and Enzo and Don are going to be like, "Holy shit! You're the user?"
Well, we're one of them. I personally think it ties into the theme of Reboot, because Bob has said in the first and second season intros that the user lives outside the net, inputs game for pleasure, no one knows for sure, I intend to find out. Bob has done so much research into users and the theories behind the user and the things the user does that it makes total sense to interact with for a user to interact with the system.
That's right.
That could lead to a really good angle if played right, even though the idea worries me a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But to stop, now we gotta stop the evil viruses and malware. We're looking at you, Norton Software.
The evil of this show is Norton. The evil Norton.
I would like to see if this is going to be continuation. I mean, they did continue with the comic.
But the comic's not canon. The comic was done by people attached to Mainframe, but it wasn't official.
Oh, it wasn't?
That's right.
That's too bad, because what they were doing there would have actually removed young Enzo and could have put the focus back on...
Well, now that little Enzo's here, you don't just kill him. He has to become his own character now.
But that's just it, is they didn't remove him by killing him. He was about to go off to the Academy.
Oh,
you have to become a guardian.
And
cool.
Matrix had been given an item that he ended up throwing away that was supposed to power him up for some sort of event coming up, but then they stopped making the comic.
Mm.
Which is a big thing with their whole studio, is they just stop. Please, if you're going to do something, don't just stop.
Don't end on a cliffhanger, especially.
Yeah.
Because those poor citizens of Mainframe have been waiting for Megabyte to hunt them for years. At the end of My Two Bobs.
Oh, yeah.
And poor Mega Man Trigger is still stuck on the moon. And we don't know if Axel's infected by Lumine's virus. Cliffhangers blow. You know what might not blow? Frozen 2. Let's talk about that.
Did anyone see Frozen Fever?
No, I heard of it.
I watched it on the internet because I have not gotten a chance to go watch Cinderella, since apparently it's the only place you can watch it. But I guess Disney has never heard of the internet. And I saw it, and it was a short, and I thought it was really cute.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really
What was it
cute.
about?
It was just Elsa's preparing for Anna's birthday, so she was singing a song. Basically, the whole thing is a song, and it's just her preparing for her sister's birthday. But she has a cold.
Okay.
So she every time she sneezes, she makes tiny.
Elsa has a cold.
Yeah, and she was trying to
That's
tell.
hilarious.
She can get sick.
Well, and she was trying to deny it. She's like, I don't get colds, and she kept sneezing and stuff. But every time she sneezed, she would make these little tiny Olafs. And they only had heads and bodies, and then Olaf's like, "Oh my god, little baby brothers!" And there's like hundreds of them, and she was trying to get Kristoff to make sure no one wrecks the cake or anything like that, and he's just like, "What does she think? I'm stupid?" And then he was like pretending to be Sven. He's like, "Yeah, I think she thinks you're stupid."
You didn't just give Kristoff a flamethrower so he could get rid of the Olaf monstrosity?
No, because she didn't know it was happening.
Oh,
She didn't realize every time she sneezed, she created little more and more of them.
So I hate to rush along, but let's talk a bit about what we want out of Frozen 2. I'll start.
Oh god,
I
here
want,
we go.
I want, if Elsa's gonna have a love interest, please not a dude. She doesn't even need to have one. She can be asexual. We don't need to shoehorn one in for Elsa. I like the idea of some ruler, some queen from some other kingdom. Perhaps this queen controls fire, trying to get Elsa to help her, but she has evil intentions.
You totally stole what I was gonna say. Like, the antagonist would just be an opposing ruler who somehow has pyrokinesis.
You know what? A lot of people do on the internet. Put her with fucking
Jack
Jack
Frost?
Frost. Why? I don't understand. Why? Just because he's iced?
Because they both control the cold.
Like, that is ridiculous. That's so
two reasons.
dumb.
Fables, and another comic I'm not going to mention here.
Like,
Oh yeah, Fables, the Snow Queen name was Lumi.
Excellent.
But anyway, yeah, for Frozen, after Frozen came out, you go to a bookstore, you see all these supplementary materials that take place after the Frozen movie, and it's like, oh, it's a Journey to the Ice Palace, oh, fun at the palace, Anna's birthday, etc., etc. It's like all these little books that seem to take place after the movie, but it's probably non-canon, or I don't know, something like that.
They're kids' books. They do that.
I hope Frozen 2 is I don't know what I want it to be.
I'm just hoping for a sequel that doesn't suck from Disney.
Yeah, exactly. That's
I know I'm asking for a lot.
They've done it once before.
Which one?
The Rescuers Down Under.
That is true.
The
You know
best
what? I
Disney
can't say
animated
no.
movie no one's ever seen.
That's right. That's right.
We don't want this to turn into Mulan 2.
Well,
Oh,
you know what?
that movie still pisses me
The
off.
thing is, Poe, I know it's not going to be nearly as bad as any other Disney sequel because all of those ones were just straight to video, garbage, budget, and stuff like that. But this, they've mentioned, it did so well that they're putting their whole ass into it.
And Disney has done a lot of good work recently. So, I mean, I'm actually hoping for them having to deal with some consequences for, like, stopping trade with Weaseltown.
Yeah, that's right.
I can't believe that place is called Weaseltown.
It's Wesselton.
Wesselton.
Um,
Okay.
But,
You can't judge a book by its cover.
Except that book. Clearly.
I mean, there should actually be some complications because of that. They're breaking trade with one of their actual trade partners.
No, they're not. The youngest prince was the evil one. His brothers were noble, and it's implied that he got sent back to them to be punished for his wicked ways.
That's true, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the old fart who...
Sorry.
Wrong one.
Sorry.
But then again, there would be a good reason to cut ties with him. He sent the two guards to kill Elsa just in case.
I'm not saying they don't have a reason, but just breaking relations with a trade partner, now that could be some economic clashes between the different nations. I mean, I jokingly said I wouldn't mind seeing a fleet of ships coming to attack them now, led by Weaselton and Prince Hans there. Out of retaliation.
To boot, like
But Elsa would kick their ass so quickly.
Well, and David, just to add to your point, like, even a nation that wasn't even involved in the trading, if they see that, they're like, wow, what happened for them to cut ties? Like, I don't want to deal with someone who just cut ties like that and stuff.
There would be complications.
Excellent.
As far as the relationship stuff... Nice try.
I was about to transition.
No transition. Cut you off right there.
Hurry! We're at half an hour.
Shut
Fine.
up. Shh. This is a preeminent shh.
I'm gonna transition if you say shh one more time. I'm gonna transition without you.
Anyway, I think that no marriages have to actually happen between any of the characters in Frozen 2. Anna doesn't have to be with Kristoff. Even though if it happens, I won't actually mind. But I would be totally okay if Elsa was asexual and there wasn't any relationship stuff from her to complicate things.
She's asexual. She splits herself in two.
Oh, no.
Just,
We don't mean it that way, Paul. Although, now that I think about it, she can give birth by herself. And has.
Digimon. Digital
No.
Digimon are the champions.
Oh, God. I hope Dave-Sempai notices me. Let's talk about Digimon. So, who listened to that awesome interview with Jeff Nimoy? I bet you Dave didn't.
Nope.
Poe?
No.
I did.
Good job. We had 5 weeks. before- 5 weeks to listen to this. And only 2 of us did. Good preparation.
I
Well
prefer to
then.
go by the seat of my pants.
Yeah, you prefer to not do.
the seat of your pants
Yeah,
when someone else was
do I
talking.
listen to it or do I just be a lazy ass, useless piece of crap and not listen to it? Seat of my pants.
Carlos, I guess it's just you and I gonna talk about this shit.
So Jeff Nimoy talked about a lot of cool shit, like how not only was the American team confused about Tai, Sora, and Matt, the Japanese team was as well, because they were pushing for Tai and Sora, but the president of the company really wanted Matt and Sora, and kind of
Didn't tell anyone.
he kind of pulled rank at the last second. So there was schism even in Japan behind that.
Now,
So
And then there-
everyone was confused about who was going
while
to
I
end up.
haven't
And then
listened
Matt
to
Sora
the
had
whole thing here, I have read everything. So, up yours.
Yeah, up here. Good job not doing the thing on the page, but doing something completely different.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Even to this day, people are saying for Digimon Try, they had better reverse it.
No, I don't want that anymore. Sora had her chance. Tai needs to find a new love interest.
Well,
Yeah, sorry. After
she
you
was
take-
such a
take
hoe
some
though
from
when
that.
they were like, okay, well let's change it to Matt and Sora. She was such a fucking bitch. I was like, really though? Why though?
Like, look, I get she's allowed to change her mind, absolutely.
Yeah.
But she could have been upfront about it. Tai's not a monster.
No.
Could have been just
And
like, Tai,
he was a sweetie.
Tai,
Okay.
you know what? I don't think it's working out between us. And Tai was supportive. So you know what? I don't even hate Sora for doing it. It's more the fault of the president of
No,
Bandai.
okay, but here's the thing. Sora originally had feelings for Tai. That was very obvious.
And in that movie as
That
well.
movie.
Yes.
too.
But it's obvious when we hit 002 that she had started to have feelings for Matt, and it went that way. Relationships actually do this.
Yes, I agree. You're right.
And
You're right.
the way they handle it in 02, I've watched 02 again here recently. She wasn't a bitch about it. She was even kind of sad and shy about it. She didn't want to hurt Tai, but when Tai caught her with the whole cookie thing at one of Matt's concerts, he realized that she
They were
wasn't
dating.
meant for him, and that it's okay. You don't have to hide this from me. She was afraid of hurting Tai. In that way, she was probably the most realistic person among the entire cast.
Oh god damn it! I was so built up for hating Sora, and you just deflated me.
I'm good at doing that.
But you know who was always, what ship was always teased, and even that last season 02 movie did that, and that was Izzy and Mimi.
Yes.
Yes, and
yeah, they were. What the fuck?
I certainly hope that keeps going, because they especially in the English dub of that second 02 movie, they were so funny.
Yeah.
Like, Mimi, like, Izzy's busy trying to save the city on his computer, okay? Mimi walks to his room, she's like, I'm back, everyone! And Izzy's like, hey, Mimi. And she's like, and Izzy's like, hi, Mimi, how are you? Like,
Yeah. They made a
and
good
did
pairing.
Get pissed?
No,
Didn't you get pissed? Like,
they were like they fell asleep with their heads knotted together or something. So
That was cute, and they had better keep TK and Kari together. Though
That was
I do
the
not-
other teasing.
I do not like how TK looks in the artwork for Digimon Try.
has everybody seen the new poster where they're all by that beat up fucking
No.
trolley?
no, can
Let's
we see
from
it?
01.
let's go see if we can.
Yeah.
Let's go find that.
I don't like how some of the characters look.
I disagree. I think they all look good, but
I want to see.
not that one. That's the original one.
Yeah,
Oh my god! Every single thing. Here we go.
there we go.
Make it bigger.
Yeah, it's the same trolley from part 1.
This is
That's as big as it gets.
so. Pardon the barking if you hear puppies, folks. So here's Kari and Gatomon, Tai Agumon, useless asshole and
Gomamon.
Gomamon, TK and Patamon, Izzy and Tentamon, Mimi and Palmon. I know all their names. Sora and Biomon. It's Biomon, right?
Yeah.
And stupid Matt in the stupid shadows. What a brooding sack of crap.
Like, why does
And
he look rude?
Gabumon.
They all look good.
I don't like how TK looks. I just don't.
He looks like a teenage version of himself.
Yeah.
I think he looks okay. I don't think anyone looks wrong in this picture.
No, they all look good. I think they all look good, and that Dave's on crack. Dave's on crack. All
Joe
kinds
has
of crack.
not changed at all.
No, look at him. And didn't Joe, like, steal that woman's scooter in that second movie for Davis and
Yeah.
Ken?
To
That was
save the
hilarious.
world?
Yes. It's like, and then Ken's like, did Joe just rob somebody?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, Davis. In the English dub for Davis, he was always like, he had some choice lines here and there.
I hated Davis until a few episodes made me realize he was the best character on the show. Then I loved Davis.
She's like, hey guys,
Davis is
who wants to
fucking
play strip
hilarious.
poke Davis?
Knife him from the shadows.
David never got over Davis's popularity. That's because he's wrong. And if I had my way, Digimon Tri would have Joe overseas somewhere or dead, and Davis would replace him.
You know what? I would not remind if Davis is there.
Of
He was
course.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, we can leave out Lee and Cody
Yeah,
and
fuck
Ken.
them.
I agree. We can leave those scrubs out, put Davis and lose Joe, and we got a perfect cast, basically.
You called them scrubs.
Well, Cody was a pretty
I'm
scrub.
not arguing with the Yoli and everything.
I agree that Cody is a scrub.
Fucking scrubs.
And he's a scrub and he's boring looking.
Cody does have some awesome lines, though. Like
Davis
like,
thought it was a fraction.
Davis thought it was a fraction, and Davis forgot how to spell TK. They all laughed.
I did like how Yoli ended up with Ken. That was fun.
Oh.
I did not. I did
Of course
not
you
like
didn't.
that pair.
You wanted Davis and Ken.
I wanted Davis and Yoli.
Uh-huh.
I wanted Davis and Yoli. I wanted Davis and TK to be the main two of the season instead of Davis and Shitbird Ken.
Yeah,
Fucking
fuck Ken.
Shitbird.
Fuck that guy.
He should have been the minor character who joined them, but not the lead support later.
Though
Fuck that guy and his stupid
Ken
worm.
did give me the best scene out of the entire season.
When TK beat the shit out
When
of him.
TK grabbed the whip. He's like, there's a time for fighting.
But here's the thing: as cool as that scene is,
No, he tanked the whip.
He tanked the whip to the face,
and
which
then he
real
disarmed-
humans don't do. But
And
go on.
he disarmed Ken after taking the
And then
hit. He told him like, "Is this how you deal with everything?" And then Ken just like backs off just for a little bit. Goes meekly, I guess, and it's like TK goes. There's a time to talk and a time to fight.
Yes.
And this is the time to fight. Boom.
And that's the problem. TK, here's the thing. This was as one-sided as a fist fight goes. Ken knows like kendo and judo and shit, and it didn't help one fucking bit. You ever see Stone Cold Steve Austin at his prime, where he Irish whips a guy off the ropes, they go running at him, and he just jumps on their torso and starts punching him in the face? Yeah, TK pulled a Stone Cold. I think he gave him some double digits while he was pummeling his face to the ground. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. Matt. Ken was too busy covering his face and whining like a bitch to fucking do anything to this angry, meek boy he just pissed off. And this is my problem. TK had the opportunity to end that there with words, and he didn't.
Which is ironic because throughout the whole season, he talked everything out.
Yeah.
So why did they make him... Well,
Ken-
don't get me wrong, I love how he beat the shit out of him, but why now, though?
That's the problem. Like, Ken was listening for 1 second. TK had an opening. He had a diplomatic opening. He could have ended everything right there with words.
And he was...
And didn't! Instead, he just beat the shit out of Ken. And as awesome as that was, not as awesome as if he ended it with words.
Hey, you know what? You know why it didn't work? Because Ken's a scrub.
Ken is a scrub. He's like, okay, this guy's attacking. I'm just going to use my judo and my whip. And oh god, he's punching me. What do I do in this real world situation I've never prepared for?
He's going... "Eh."
He's done that on the show. Remember when Yoli yelled at him and he's like, eh? Ken actually did this in the dub. There's one time he like whimpered. It's like, eh. Fuck off, Ken.
Are you done?
No, that fucker. had the audacity to fucking... you know what? It's not even his fault. It's his stupid worm. Patamon beat the crap out of Wormmon, and then Wormmon turns to the coolest champion. What's up with that? So, that's our Digimon talk. Let's get to voicemails!
Oh my god!
No, we're not doing Video and Arcade Top 10! Oh god. No, we have 7. We have 7 voicemails. We have 7 voicemails. Are you okay? You okay, Kiki?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Carlos. Hello, Dave. It's me out 900 again. I got some games for my 3DS. The 2 games I got were Codename Steam and Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright. Originally, I was going to plan to get Steam and Majora's Mask because Zelda, but they didn't have any physical copies at the store I went to. But there was one last copy of Phoenix Wright vs. Professor Layton, and it was only $30, so I figured, why not, and got it. So yeah, apparently Majora's Mask is sort of getting sold out everywhere because people like to buy Zelda games, which is obvious because, you know, it's Legend of Zelda. Zelda's like a really popular thingy. And yeah, I was wondering, do you guys prefer getting video games on, like, day 1 launches? Because the only reason I got these 2 games was because I'm on spring break, so I can actually devote time into playing video games. So I was wondering if you guys prefer getting video games on day 1, or do you just like to wait until it either gets super cheap, or if you guys have, like, breaks from work. I don't know what types of jobs you work, so I'm just asking, do you prefer to get it on day 1 or wait? You know, video game purchases, that stuff's important, right?
Alright, first voicemail from Meowth. For me personally, my mythical list actually exists. Any item that I know I want to play day 1 and finish, like a new Gears of War game or something, that will be bought usually day 1 and played right away. Shovel Knight fit in there. Certain RPGs, certain platformers, certain indie games, Gears of War games, when Halos was still worth a damn, yeah, those got bought day 1 and played right away. Stuff that's on my secondary list, where I'll only really touch them once I get through games I really want to play, I might get them right away, or I'll wait for it to go on sale. And that's really my buying habit there.
For me, I'll pre-order a game if it has a bunch of collectible stuff that is actually worth owning. Like, recent Guilty Gear Limited Edition had a cool backstory book to it, some art, stuff like that. I've gotten out of the collector's edition stuff because most of it ends up being a figure or statue that ends up going into a box somewhere. So I'm more of a day 1 if it has cool stuff where I really want to play it. But these days, I'm actually quite willing to wait months for a game. It's just nature of life.
Same thing for me. It's just like, I won't wait months, but if it's a game I really want, and I know that if it's still there a few weeks later, then I'll get it.
How about you, Kiki?
I think it depends on the game. If I'm, like, dying to play it like I was originally with the first Miku, then I will buy it. I'll pre-order it. Otherwise, I'm like, I'll just get it whenever, or I'll ask someone else to get it for me.
So general consensus is, depends on the game, whether we get it day 1 or later.
You have my sympathy for having to pick up a Phoenix Wright game.
You have my sympathy for Codename Steam, because the main voice actor in that is Adam Baldwin. And I know you're not big on following the Gamergate crap, Meowth, but I am, and that asshole supported too much terrible things for me to support his game. So, yeah, that's really me on Steam. I shouldn't say that. That's rude of me to say. Enjoy Codename Steam. I will not. Next one.
Hello, Carlos. Hello, Dave. This is more of a question for Dave, I guess. So I was watching Durarara last week because Durarara X2 is dubbed already, or it's getting dubbed. Aniplex announced it. They had Johnny Bosch, I believe, and Crispin Freeman. or everybody probably knows Johnny more as Ichigo and Crispin more as Alucard. Yeah, Izaya and Shizuo are who they are in the dubs of Durarara. They announced the dub, and I was watching Durarara because the show is getting dubbed. The dubs were on Crunchyroll, so that made it easier for me to consume. Anyways, I noticed at the end of Durarara Season 1 that Izaya has twin sisters, I guess? I don't know. And for some reason, the sisters make out for some reason. It's strange. And I was wondering, Dave, do all light novels have incest sisters? Or is it just popular shows like Durarara and Sexual Assault Online or The Irregular and Magical High School? I mean, seriously, light novels, why you gotta have the incest characters?
Well,
Yeah, Dave, you incest-loving freak. Why don't you answer what your freaky light novels
Come
do?
on, Dave, answer the question.
Hurry the fuck up.
I don't know why this is being targeted at me, because Carlos is the,
I am not familiar with Durarara at all. I certainly didn't read up on it when I heard about the incest sisters.
Of course. To be honest with you, Meowth, I have no idea even what show this is. You're going on about the voice actors, and that's awesome that, John Bosch has a voice in it, and that Crispin Freeman is in there. Those are two really good voice actors, and I mean, Crispin Freeman doesn't do much voice acting anymore, so it's awesome to hear that he's still doing something. As far as your actual question about, incest characters in Japanese anime...
Yeah, Dave.
It's the Japanese, and they're weird.
Question mark?
I've never even heard of Sexual Assault High, and it's so crazy. Sumimasenka!
Would you punch your brother?
What's Sumimasenka?
It's like, I'm deeply sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
The only Japanese I know is baka means what we are for doing this podcast, and what's that word that means everyone?
I know.
Mina means everyone. That's it.
So yeah, I
know we are a bunch. We are Mina bakas.
That's the best I can answer that one. Yeah.
I have no idea what this Durarara is. I certainly didn't see a picture on Tumblr of the two sisters making out once and go, I need to find out everything about this show. So, as I am not familiar with it at all, I will leave all the weirdo incest questions to the incest expert here, Dave.
Did you know, just a fun fact, did you know that Johnny Young Bosch, one of his other roles is that, in Doraemon, that Doraemon series, for the 2013, that robot blue cat who could pull through inventions.
Yeah, Doraemon. Everybody knows what it is.
Doraemon.
Especially, Doraemon. Yeah, go on. Yeah, big blue cat. Go on. What does he do? What does he do?
In Doraemon, in the 2013 version of Doraemon, when they actually brought the very first Doraemon dub over here, that little nerdy kid who's always crying, "Oh, Doraemon, help me!" He's voiced by Johnny Young Bosch.
That's funny. You know who else he voices? Artemis in the new Sailor Moon dub.
That's funny.
Yeah. I'm like, well, he definitely voiced the only badass male in that show. Let's go to the next voicemail!
Yeah, so a lot of things are getting dubbed. Durarara X2 is one of them. Sexual Assault Online 2 is already getting dubbed, and it's gonna air on Toonami soon. I don't know if it's gonna be like the Space Dandy simuldub, since it'll be already dubbed and not coming out at the same time in Japan. And other shows that are getting dubbed are Tokyo Ghoul Season 2, Death Parade, Assassination Classroom, Yona, Absolute Duo, and I think Overrated Ikuhara Bearstorm is a dub. Or the actual name is Yuri Bearstorm, but I just call it Overrated Ikuhara Bearstorm because everyone's talking about it like it's super good and symbolic and stuff because it's by the Revolutionary Girl Utena guy. And anyways, what do you think of this? All these shows getting dubbed right after they come out in Japan. Or not right after they come out in Japan, but a little bit earlier than when they usually come out, which is after the show finishes in Japan. I was wondering, what's your thoughts on these early anime dubs I know you guys don't really like to watch dubs, but I'm more of a dub watcher. It's much easier to consume when I'm not reading subtitles. So what's your thoughts?
Okay, Meowth. You know who won't shut up about Yuri Kuma? This fat ass Carlos. It's all bear shock and lesbians and everything else.
Oh no, a bear storm!
You don't know how close you are to what happens in the show.
Yeah.
Really? It's like a tornado of bears coming at you?
Well, no, not quite. It's more like when someone is secretly a bear, when they reveal themselves, the show makes a big point of going, shock! They show them, and it's like, Kuma shock at the bottom, and then they usually violently eat someone. So
yeah, we've been actually been watching, and there will be anime raves based on that show.
A bunch of them are already recorded. I just need to edit them because I'm very lazy.
Not that lazy-ish. As far as the whole dub or the broadcast dubs that they're now starting to do, Funimation especially. In fact, I think Funimation's the only one who's doing that.
They're doing it so fast.
I am loving the idea of the dub broadcast as they're doing them now. I mean, they've already said that the way it's supposed to work is they're going to do a little bit looser dub for the broadcast, and when it comes to DVD, they'll tighten things up a little bit.
I'm still super impressed that by the time this goes to air, the Yuri Kuma Arashi episode 1 dub will be out.
Yeah.
And that's fast. That show came out this year and is still not finished.
Yeah, but for some of the broadcast dubs, literally, like, only 3 or 4 episodes are out in Japan, and they're already releasing the first one in English.
You know what? I like that, though, instead of having to wait, like, did you hear about this new anime? Yeah, it's been around for, like, 10 years.
Well, this is why, and this is partly related to me saying that we don't like dubs. No, it depends on the show for me. I like subs and dubs, and I am not an elitist about either. Dave tends to prefer the dub. The reason that lately we've been heavy on the subs is because fan subs are the best way to watch the damn shit right away and not have to wait to see what happens.
I mean, I've got a subscription to Funimation's streaming channel, and they have been awesome. Crunchyroll's another one for getting to stuff, but yeah, for brand new stuff, really, the simulcast subbing is the only way that we can actually review them in any sort of time frame.
Or the fan subs, really.
Or the fan subs, yeah.
Like the fan subs are I've come to really appreciate them.
But yeah, no, I mean, I do really prefer dubs. I actually have a lot of series that I'll only watch sub because the English dubbing is either awful or just feels wrong. Like Kill la Kill, it's an okay dub, but it's just doesn't capture the awesomeness that is the Japanese cast.
Yeah, and I know
whereas a show like Banner of the Stars / Crest of the Stars, the English voice actors basically stood in front of their mic with no emotion and just read lines.
It was a Mega Man 8 level dub.
Oh no, worse than Mega Man 8.
No, not worse.
Yes, worse.
Have you heard Dr. Light in Mega Man 8?
I've watched the entire show with that dub.
We must stop Dr. Wyway.
Thank you, Poe.
I mean, there are sometimes
that for the rest of the podcast.
Sometimes the Japanese voice cast is so good that I just fall in love with them, and not even the best dub will sway me. Like, we're gonna review the Yuki Yuna dub when it comes out finally in a couple months.
We'll see if we get past episode 1.
Even if the dub is stellar, I'm still too in love with the Japanese voice actors. The dub would have to be like the best dub I've ever heard for it to sway me. Though I still want it to have a good dub so it gets exposure, because I really like that show and I want more people to watch it. Do we have more points about this? Dub sub? Dub sub? Let's move on to the next voicemail!
I'm Aquaman, but you can call me handsome.
Ah yes, Aquaman. What else was in that game?
I'll trust you.
I'll make a popsicle of you. Yeah, that was that one.
And then just... BOOM! Oh, Grenade Man! Yeah, if they ever redub Mega Man 8, they have to leave Grenade Man alone, because he was the best one. Not Clown Man, though. See you in my dreams. Okay, let's stop this. Let's stop this and move on.
Hello, Carlos and Dave. It's Rowan here, and me and Meowth are going to engage in a battle for your affections through the power of voicemail. So, first up, what Utana? Now, questions. What's your favorite Dragon Quest game? What's your favorite Final Fantasy game? And now, which is the better of those two? And which one of you is right about which one is better as well? Okay then, I'll think of more things to say next time.
Can Kiki and I start this off since this is mostly focused on you guys?
Do it.
Well, Final Fantasy, it's gonna be 6 for me. Dragon Quest, I don't think I played any other Dragon Quest, but I do like the Cut of Fortune Streets jib.
So that counts. That's a Dragon Quest game.
Yep.
So
Dragon Fortune Street. That's the one. No, that's that party game with Dragon Quest and Mario.
Yeah. So
Hit him.
No, you always want to hit him. Stop hitting him. He's my
Pass it
brother.
on.
No, I'll punch your balls.
And out of those two, I'll just say 6 because I don't have any other frame of reference aside from Dragon Quest H, which Carlos did play a little bit of. And I don't know, Dragon Quest games are kind of like to me.
Sure. You chose correctly. Okay. Poe chose correctly. Kiki?
Well, I kind of can't say because I haven't played any Dragon Quest games at all.
Fair enough.
So, no Dragon Quest game, so nothing versus...
So 0 versus, I've played, let's see, which ones have I played? I played a little bit of, which is the one with the Onion Knights?
3. But we all know which one you're going to answer.
What? Well, I'm going to choose 6. I've played 7, and, I don't think I've played another one since, have I? No, I played Tactics. Tactics was a good one. Very hard, though. That's
Unless
another
you had a team of calculators to murder everything.
No, or got killed by a team of monks and calculators, and you got killed by a group of those 4
I didn't even know you could run into random calculators. You run into 5, I walk in, you've been doing it for half an hour, they keep calculating life spells. They keep taking minutes to calculate their turn. After an hour, you gave up, and you were right to do so. You weren't gonna win, and they weren't gonna win. You were in total deadlock.
I had no idea you could fight calculators either, because I've never fought calculators.
And there were 5 of them! You had to kill them all in a turn.
You know what?
I had a mediator too, and I tried to get one to join me, and that didn't really work out because the calculators would just kill me after.
I remember it's always with Poe. I walked in on Poe playing Tactics, and I was like, oh, it's just 4 red chocobos, Poe. Shouldn't be a hard match.
By party, 2 red chocobos are a threat.
He had 4 red chocobos, and they all kept doing Choco Meteor.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Why did Poe have these matches?
And those 11 monks just brutalized you. Why were there 11 of them? You're only allowed 5 people.
When I wasn't at home that day, when Carlos told me that you fought 11 monks, I said 11.
I've never fought any strange thing in that game. You fight 5 calculators, 4 red chocobos, and 11 monks.
Not at the same time.
No, that would end you. You'd be done.
Yeah.
Those scenarios by themselves. I'm gonna say that's the best Final Fantasy just because that shit is hilarious.
Okay, so we have a vote for 6, a vote for Tactics. The Tactics vote is not the correct vote, but it is acceptable. My favorite Final Fantasy is 6. My favorite Dragon Quest is 8, because that's the most I've played a Dragon Quest game, because they blow. And the best one of the 2 is 6, and I am correct. Go ahead, Dave.
I'm the only one here who has any taste, obviously, Rowan. I will go with Final Fantasy VI, because it was the best. Followed probably by either 10 or 8, in my opinion. As far as Dragon Quest games go, I'd have to say my favorite is Dragon Quest IV, followed by Dragon Quest VIII, because it just was that good. But Final Fantasy games tend to do a better job in the old days. These days, though, I would say Dragon Quest VIII kicks anything on Final Fantasy's plate since Final Fantasy VI.
You have the strangest analogy. You just said something was going to kick something's plate. It's fun. It's fun knowing you, Dave.
Of course it is.
Indeed. Next voicemail!
Disappointment is the theme of this voicemail. Much like how I am disappointed, you still haven't watched Utena yet. So, first up, what's the most disappointing game that you bought at full price? Next, what's the most disappointing anime that you watched at least 2 to 3 years after it had come out? What's the most disappointing developer? What's the most disappointing thing that a developer you like did? And lastly, what's the console that disappointed you most that you ever bought? Okay then, I'll think of more things to beat me out in voicemail totals later.
We're recording, go!
Oh, Jesus! Okay. Well, I wanted to go first. I think for me, disappointing game would probably be Just Dance 3, just because a lot of songs I did like, but I was just like, anime that I've watched, Escaflowne. Oh my god.
Escaflowne! Yeah, but you saw that when it came out, right?
But it came out years though.
Oh yeah, that's true, you're right, keep going.
And I was in love with it initially until I kept watching it. I was like, yeah.
And then there was the movie.
And then the more I thought of it, and the more I was just like, oh my god, why did I like this garbage?
Just float away.
Attempted to like this garbage.
It's like Anime Twilight, that friggin' show.
Oh, it was terrible.
Wow, that is so accurate.
Just float away. Just float
Twilight
away.
with mechs, and they'd still fuck it up.
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck you, Sir Isaac Newton.
um,
Final enemy of the show.
like,
Pardon? Okay, your favorite developer, the most disappointing thing they've come out with.
Fucking Sega with Sonic 06. Wowie. I didn't even play that game. That's how
I
much
did. I beat it.
I don't know why.
I had to see how far the rabbit hole went.
And
And it goes pretty far, and then...
the console. I would say Xbox.
The original?
No, the one that's Virtual Boy. That was a pretty bad one.
Yeah, but you never bought it.
You never bought it.
You have to buy it.
That's right. The one I don't buy things. I get hand-me-downs. So I don't have an answer for that one, I guess.
Okay. I'll go next since I know what I'm going to mention for all these. Most disappointing game I bought at full price, Sonic 06. Jesus H freaking Christ, I know you hate when I do this. Jesus, Sonic 06. At least I got an Xbox 360 out of it, which delighted me with Xbox Live Arcade. Worst anime I saw like 3 years after it came out. How old is Steins Gate?
I think that qualifies.
No, I don't think it does. I think it was only a couple years ago.
Oh, you know what I should have mentioned as an anime? That one with gold, silver, and bronze.
Oh god, Silver. It was called Silver.
Oh, it was called Silver?
Yeah.
I should have mentioned
Yeah, that was super disappointing. But, okay, the worst one 3 years after is Escaflowne. Alan Shazar can suck my ball. Alan Shazar is the biggest shitlord.
Oh.
He wants to say hi. Little Bud is, most disappointing thing a developer I like has created. Let's go with, by developer, does it have to be a game? Can't it be an author or a creator in general? Or must it be a video game? Alright, by developer, I'm assuming that you mean game developer. I kind of want to say, like, if it's any kind of developer, there's certainly some TV series that dropped the ball, but if we're leaving it to games, I was racking my head until I was reminded by my fellows here that Destiny is a thing Bungie made. So let's go with Destiny, the most boring thing I've ever had the displeasure of playing that came out of Bungie. And finally, worst game console I paid full price for. So I try not to buy game consoles unless I know I'm going to play them. So by this logic, the worst is probably my NVIDIA Shield, but I still play it quite a bit. The only issue with it is that I'm playing games that I could play on other things, just on the convenience of having it be portable. I still use the hell out of the Shield. I really like it. But I guess technically it would be my worst, because I never bought a Virtual Boy. And I never bought any game console that I kind of looked at and regretted getting. So, I mean, that's me for that.
Okay. Worst game that I've ever paid full price for. I was looking at the rack and I saw Disgaea 3, and I hated Disgaea 3. I didn't even finish that, but no, I thought of a game that I hate much worse for not only paying full price for it, but also beating it. Record of Agorest Wars.
Oh my god, I forgot about that game!
The breast mouse pad.
Oh.
Yes, I got it pre-ordered too. No, actually, no, I didn't buy it pre-ordered. It came with it.
In fairness to you, Poe, I really like Yuki Yuna, and they still sell stupid huggable pillows of the fucking characters in that.
Do you want me to get you a pillow?
No, I do not want a huggable pillow of any, but I will trash it.
Should I bring it from Otakon?
I will throw it out. I will trash it. I'm not even kidding. What
if it's a really comfortable pillow?
I don't care. I'll throw it out. I want a Yuna figure. I do not want any huggable. They're 14. Like they could be my age. It's a pillow. Like, okay, continue. So, Record of Agorest War.
Yeah. Anyway.
Worst anime you've seen 3 years after it came out?
That's a good question.
Say Escaflowne.
Say Naruto.
Yeah, say Naruto.
Actually, yeah. It's a tie between Naruto and Bleach. I kind of want to throw in Kirby Right Back at You, but I kind of like Kirby Right Back at You.
It's definitely not as bad as Escaflowne, let's be real.
Fighting Foodons?
That was not as bad as Escaflowne.
What about, what's that other garbage one you watched?
Oh. Jesus. What's that other trash you engage in, you fuck?
Out of all those Actually, out of all those, like, old-timey, like, Foxbox dubs, 4Kids dubs, it's gotta be a tie between Sonic X and Kinnikuman, the new generation? But I'm mostly gonna put Sonic X.
Alright, and worst game console you've ever
Developer.
Developer. Their favorite developer, worst thing they made.
Let's see.
Oh, I should have said Cars. Oh, well.
But Cars isn't an anime.
Yeah, but Pixar developed it.
Oh, yeah. And Cars 2 got a combo breaker.
Yeah, it did.
Or Airplanes.
Oh, Planes, yeah. Planes is garbage.
Yes, go on.
Okay, but anyway. Developer... Fuck, I can't think of anything for developer at the moment.
Console then.
My Vita.
You regret buying your Vita, but you play it.
I only bought the Vita purely to play Persona 4 Golden. I beat Persona 4 Golden 3 times. I beat it that many times. And I'm kind of like...
Maybe you can import that Yuki Yuna game and let me play it. It's only for Vita in Japan. That way, it will have served a purpose for me.
True.
Anyway, Dave.
Okay, for me...
Sorry.
Game would have to be Final Fantasy 13. On Xbox 360. Which meant 3 discs.
Okay, that one's a genuine laugh.
Yeah. Anime would be Iki Tusen. Or any one in that vein, like Battle Vixen,
Tenjo
Tenge. Developer game would have to be Destiny.
Yep.
Just like Carlos. I may play it here and there just for the pure mechanics of shooting something. But yeah, that was a disappointment all to hell. And console would have to be the Vita. TV.
Oh.
Snap.
Second place would be the Vita. Now, I've gotten a lot of use out of my PlayStation TV recently to play Sword Art Online.
You mean Sexual Assault Online?
Yeah, okay. Sexual Assault Online. But here's the thing. They fucked it up. They done fucked it up.
I read some of the translated lines in that game.
Oh,
That is a Final Fantasy VII level translation.
Well, and I showed you the dating sim portion of that, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
How bad the translation is there for as far as what you're supposed to answer. Translation aside, the game's actually fun, but I'm not talking they done fucked it up as far as the game. The Vita TV itself they done fucked it up. Most of the games don't. A good half the games don't work. And even if the game didn't use the frickin' touchscreen or the back of the system, it still don't work. They basically said, well, if you want your games to work on the Vita TV, you patch it. It's like, Sony, yeah, they have to patch, but how about you give them some incentive, you pieces of shit?
Now, Dave, they didn't wear shoes indoors. You don't have to resort to such language.
Oh, don't even get started there. Fucking smack you.
All right, next voicemail.
Voicemail number 3. Why is Game of Thrones so bad? I don't get it. How can it be as popular as it is and just not interesting? Can you explain why it's interesting to me? Because I can't stomach any more and people are insisting I watch it. Also, and I know I like lots of bad media, but usually only a few other people like it. So just why? And that's all I've got for now.
Who here's watched Game of Thrones?
Nope.
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 Okay, Game of Thrones is on my list. I've heard good things. I fully expect to watch 2 episodes of it and let those 2 episodes determine whether or not I continue.
Here's the problem. Oh, sorry, Kiki. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, for the longest time I heard everyone be like, oh, if you're a gamer, you love Game of Thrones, da-da-da, and I'm like, now I don't want to watch it at all.
I heard it has strong characters that are not your usual types, like strong female characters, strong midgets, strong other types of characters that don't fit the norm for that kind of fantasy universe, and a guy named Hordor that only says the word Hordor. That's what I've heard.
As far as for me, Rowan, I have no inclination. I mean, I actually have the first season, which I inherited. But here's the thing: I've read a couple of his books, and quite frankly, I'm not a fan of his style of writing. The characters might be strong and well written, but I hate him.
George R.R. Martin?
I do not like how he writes his characters. He writes a character, makes you really like them, and then they're gone. And then the next one, you really like them, and then they're gone.
Clearly I have to modify some of my film scripts and manuscripts before I run them by you, Dave.
I don't mind that, but he's made it legendary on how well he does it, and I just don't like his style of writing. So, I mean, I've thought about giving Game of Thrones Season 1 a chance, but it's also the fans that kind of just make me not want to even bother getting involved.
It's like me and Madoka fans. They make me hate a show I think is overrated already.
So, yeah, not too much on that one, Ron.
All right, next voicemail, and the last one, it would seem.
Okay, you thought I've already asked the big questions. Biggest disappointments. Final Fantasy vs. Dragon Quest. Favorite Final Fantasies vs. Dragon Quests. Game of Thrones. But here is the biggest, most importantest question I'll ever ask in the history of questions ever. Who is hotter? Any incarnation of the Human Torch versus Christopher Hemsworth as Thor. I look forward to your detailed answers, especially after you've watched Utena. Okay then, that's actually it. I think that I've beaten me out in voicemails, so I can feel very proud of myself. And I guess that leaves one last question. Who is the superior question asker? You may not be able to answer this now, but over the next few episodes, I hope that you can make a decision. Goodbye.
You didn't hear this while we were playing the voicemail, but every mention of Utena gets a laugh out of us because we know we're terrible people. We're sorry. We're sorry. I blame Dave.
However, we have been watching Yuri Kuma, thanks to Carlos.
Yeah, and it's a good show, and it's awesome, and Dave needs to stop making bear puns during it because he's going to die. I've threatened to murder Dave so many times during that anime rave.
Oh, Carlos, Dave is the MVB.
That was barely adequate.
I don't get it.
It's a horrible clause to think about.
Carlson's very angry.
That's definitely the tooth. The whole tooth thing, nothing but the tooth.
Thanks for asking.
Nobody's leaving this room alive.
Hey, what did I do?
So,
He's all roar.
So Thor versus Human Torch.
who's hotter? Chris Hemsworth is a hot man.
He's sexy.
He is a sexy man.
Chris Hemsworth.
Dave, I want you to describe the things you would do to that man if you were making love to him. Go.
Yeah, he did say in detail, so
yeah.
you have to know.
Well,
Carlos would lick his forehead.
oh, I'd lick his forehead so hard.
So fierce.
I think I'd be on top, but I'd be riding, and I'd say things about doing things with Mjolnir.
You'd already be riding his hammer.
Thank you. That was the joke.
Oh.
However, we can't discount how hot Human Torch can get. Human Torch is one of the hottest characters, literally, in the Marvel Universe.
You know what? I know something hotter that's not in the Marvel Universe. Flareon.
Flareon is pretty ridiculous, and I don't think that Human Torch can beat Flareon.
No, because
Human Torch is part of the shittiest superhero team in existence, the Fantastic Shitty Four.
No, but I mean, like, literally, because Flareon can reach up to 12,000 degrees Celsius.
That's right. Flareon can destroy this planet. Human Torch can whine about how, he has the terrible curse of being able to turn his power on and off. Bitch, look at the thing!
But on the plus side, if Human Torch is out in battle with Groudon, his fire moves get powered up.
This is true. Sunny Day does power up the Human Torch, but Sunny Day also powers up Thor because Thor doesn't care.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Chris Hemsworth as Thor as hotter.
Deal.
That's just deal. Just okay.
Yeah, same thing. Thor against Human Torch is no contest.
As for who the
No, it's about who's hotter. Get that right.
Did I stutter?
Why do you have such fucking sass right now?
Oh no, I'm still sniffling from earlier today.
Sorry, I think I need to change my answer. It's not as hot as Apollo's sick burn just now. Okay, so go ahead.
No, I just
okay. So who's the superhero question receiver? Is that who he asked, or the asker?
No, who's the better asker
of superhero questions?
No, of questions.
Between him and Meowth.
Oh, between him and Meowth. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
I'm gonna let Carlos answer this one. He's the bigger asshole.
The problem here.
You both have lovely voices.
You both have very lovely voices.
I mentioned this before, but you guys both have very lovely voices.
You have a lovely voice too, Kiki.
My voice sounds so weird.
Everyone's voice sounds weird to them. We've been over this.
Yourself.
I sound way manlier in my head than I do out here.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
I bet.
Which one? Here's the thing. Your questions are different. Meowth asks questions like, what kind of games are you buying? What kind of anime? What kind of shitty animes does Dave like? Rowan asks like philosophical questions like, if you had to choose between saving a man and 5 puppies, who would you save? And the answer is 5 puppies. Screw you. So, I mean, I'm not going to answer this though, because, that's not a question. That's a loaded question, and I'm not touching it with a 15-foot pole. I'm going to answer it the only way that could be answered. The best, question asker is me whenever I send in voicemails to the show, which I haven't done yet.
I hope you do, because I don't know why, I'm just cracking up with one of your...
One day I'm gonna be like, hello, is this thing on? I want to ask Dave why he's such a piece of shit all the time. Dave, why are you a piece of shit? Okay, bye. And that'll be how I send it in, like...
You don't know how much I love that voice.
It's a really good voice. I don't even fucking know what it is.
I don't know, but you know what?
It's an amazing voice, you're going to name.
No, it's not that. Don't push me.
Don't push me. I'll fucking stab you.
I love this voice when I hear the intro to podcasts, because it's just really
or maybe we'll come back to that question after we're done, Lieutenant.
Okay, so we'll come back to that question sometime in 2022. Well, we're at the end. Oh, jeez. And we didn't even take that long.
Yeah, look there, buddy,
It's
who's
'cause
rushing us the whole
The
way.
only reason that... Stop pushing. Don't push me! The only reason... The only reason we're here at such a timely time is because I push this along. I am the leader of this podcast.
No, you're not.
I am the driver forward. I am Captain America here. I am Ty, and I have the coolest Digimon.
Look, Matt.
No,
I
I
am-
am fucking TK, which has the cutest and awesomest Digimon. So
I don't know if
shut
you
up.
qualify as even Ken.
I have the ability to rip your penis off with my bare hands.
Or your teeth.
Or your teeth.
With his bare hands.
What? Hey, just can I someone told me this already earlier.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's today is an awesome day because it's 9/26/53. It's going to be 3.14159265.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
The whole pie thing.
I kind of want some... Well, I don't really like pie, so no, I don't really want pie.
I kind of want.
Yeah.
There's really good like apple empanada things at Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah?
It's like a pizza pocket with sweets.
Oh, nice.
And apple.
I kind of like pizza pockets to be more pizza-y myself.
But that's not pizza. It's
Nah,
a
I
dessert.
know. I realize. I've never been a fan of pie just because I like the filling, but I don't like the pieces of fruit in it. Like, it's weird.
Why?
Like,
It's good.
I like the flavor of it, but the texture becomes too soft for me. Unless it's something like, unless it's like a cream pie or a cheesecake or a tart like that, which is technically a pie,
What
right?
about
Or pumpkin.
What
Yeah.
about flavored ice cream like that?
Flavored ice cream is fine.
Or
Pumpkin
like-
pie is okay too.
Yeah, it's like you don't see huge chunks of pumpkin in there.
No, because it's all blended and whatnot, right? Like,
Sure.
Would you like a pie if it was blended apple pie?
and then maybe I might like that. I'm more like the heartier, savory, like dinner type pies, like chicken pot pie.
Me too.
Shepherd's pie can be really good too. Dave likes shepherd's pie. Big fan of shepherd's pie. Unless they're made out of sweet potatoes, because Dave hates sweet potatoes, and one day he got a nasty surprise at a cafe we go to.
So that guy was awesome because then he made one special for me afterward that didn't have sweet potato.
I always got the vegetarian sandwich at that place because it was good, so that guy thought I was a vegetarian. Then one day I ordered like a pepperoni sandwich. He's like, "Oh, you're giving up being a vegetarian?" I'm like, "I'm not a vegetarian. I just really like that sandwich."
It's like asking for a vegetarian pizza and then putting pepperoni on it.
That's something
Everybody-
Kiki and I do. It's good.
And you know what? Every person I tell it to laughs at me. They're like, "Okay, you're gonna seriously order a vegetarian with pepperoni?" I'm like, "Yeah, because it's cheaper than ordering a pepperoni with all these veggies on top."
And if vegetarian has some veggie options that you don't get on the other pizzas.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, why wouldn't you go with the vegetarian and add pepperoni? If you try it, most of the time people will laugh on the other end of the phone when I'm ordering a pizza. It has happened, I want to say 90% of the time.
Yeah, it's like, because people have it in their head that vegetarian means no meat, so you can't possibly throw a meat on it. Well, yes, I can. It's custom toppings. Like, geez.
Or
Plus,
make a nice kale soup with a big hunk of pork in it.
plus, vegetarian tends to be the cheapest pizza you can order.
There you go. So I was thinking, I was thinking a lot about politics in the world.
Okay,
And
alright.
I was thinking about, like, terrorism and whatnot and how
No,
the West could help solve it if they simply acknowledged that they had a hand in creating it and then did outreach to try to prevent it. And then I thought to myself, oh my god, DC is brilliant. That's exactly what the Guardians of Oa need to do, and they don't.
Oh,
The Guardians of Oa are actually quite realistic. They're incompetent asshole politicians.
oh my god, I kept saying no because I was acting like a guardian of Oa.
Exactly.
I'm a bitch asshole. But it's so fun to talk bad about the Guardians of Oa.
Because they're terrible. They're
Yeah.
so... superheroes in general, just really good to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but perhaps for next time. Folks, do you have things to promote?
No.
Poe?
not really, no.
Dave?
Us.
Yes. TwoFatGuysTalk.com is your home on the internet for this delightful podcast that I'm sure we've been recording way too loud and other people in the house are hearing. Apologies to everyone who can hear this. We are very loud. You can also go there, leave us voicemails and text messages, and you can go to carlosanddaveanimerave.com to see us just have terrible opinions about animated shows, and
Please feel free to catch Yuri Kuma when we eventually get it up, so you can hear Carlos recharge my pun meter.
I wanted to watch a good show about social commentary about lesbians in society, and Dave ruined it for me. He ruined it like he ruins everything he touches. Don't touch my dick. I'm on Twitter at HandsomeFatMan.
I'm at the Dude Hack.
Our joint bank account is at Two Fat Guys Talk. Shoutouts to Meowth at Meowth900 on Twitter, and Rowan at Link6616 on Twitter for sending us voicemails and making us choose between them for some reason. And for sending us voicemails literally minutes before the show started so that we could panic and worry how we're going to fit everything in. And shoutouts to anyone who doesn't send in voicemails but listens anyway. You are the reason, when you're not the reason we do this. We do this because it's fun. But you are definitely a cool person.
Or persons.
They're also the reason why we do it. If nobody listened, we'd probably finally stop.
No, we're not stopping this. There's no getting off this train we're on, Dave. There's no getting off this train we're on. We're going down to the core of Meteor, to the core of Shinra. What was the last dungeon, FF7? The planet's core. It was the northern crater. We're not going to fight a Master Tonberry who hits us just as hard as we've hit enemies. And we're not going to fight the easiest boss in Final Fantasy, which is Safer Sephiroth. Because why would we? Why would we do these things?
We're out.
Bye!